Hey guys, this is my amazing race recap for episode number 4. So if you remember my recap from last week, it was a to be continued. Boom, boom, boom. Joey and I had got to the schmoozle, which was basically a giant like puddle of poo, and I had decided that I was going to go ahead and do that challenge. Now, I was really hoping that they were going to show me like going poo diving, but they didn't. I was so bummed. But it's probably because I look like a hot mess, so this is the only picture you will ever see of me doing that. I actually read somewhere that that is a manure pond. What? That stuff even exists? That's disgusting. Good thing I showered. So we finished that challenge and received our next clue, and we're told to head to the mat where Phil is waiting for us. This was music to my ears because after doing that course, I was like dead. Joey decided to drive, which was really awesome because I just got to sit in the back seat and kind of like relax and cool off. We get to the location where Phil is and we jump out of our cars, and then I forget the fanny pack, which was like so crucial because when we had shown up to the location, Pam and Winnie had also shown up, and so did the hockey players. And it would have been nice to have been ahead of them, which we probably would have been if I hadn't forgot the fanny pack. So, oops on my part. We get to the mat, we see Phil, and he's like, so, how you guys doing? You guys are like in this place, and then it's not over yet. And my like initial reaction was just like, Phil, you can even hear my voice because I was so bummed. I'm like, seriously? I just like got plunged into like a watery, pooey mess, and then got tarred and feathered, and then we have to keep racing. I'm not even gonna get an opportunity to shower, which was like the worst. But that was okay. I was like, alright, whatever, I'll figure it out. I'll take a shower in the sink at the airport or something. I don't know. We find out we're going to Bali, so we head straight to the airport, and we're looking for tickets, and guess who comes in the clutch? Our alliance! Woo woo! John and Jessica had got us tickets on a really sweet flight. So there were 3 flights heading to Bali. The first one had a crazy lead. They would be 4 hours ahead of everyone else. And 4 other teams actually were on that flight. And then there were 2 other flights. And we were on that flight that had like a 30-minute lead on the other 3 teams who were on the last flight. So we had like an awesome head start right when we got into Bali. In the back of my mind, I was thinking it may be mission impossible to get ahead of all those other teams who had that 4-hour lead. But then I was also thinking, well, the blondes were a part of that first flight, so anything could happen. We get there and we're going to Monkey Forest. Monkey Forest? How magical does that sound? In my head though, I was thinking, like, if you piss off monkeys, don't they like rip your face off or something? I swear I saw that on the internet somewhere. That or they fling poo at you. And I already had enough poo in New Zealand to last a lifetime, so I was just like, I just need to be calm and collected. And when we get there, I'm not gonna look the monkeys in the eye. When we had first got there, one actually ran past us and Joey screamed really loud, and I got so scared. I thought the monkey was attacking him and I got mad at Joey. I was like, Joey, you can't do that. They're gonna do something. So we had to give this coconut thing to one of the monkeys, and they basically like pig out on it, and our clue is inside that coconut. But we have to wait patiently for the monkey to eat it. Thankfully, we found a really fat monkey and he was all about it. He tore into that sucker, but we did have to wait like a couple minutes for us to get our clue. When we finally get our clue, it's a detour. We have to choose between Sandy Bottom or Fruity Top. Sandy Bottom seemed like a lot of like difficult work, and Fruity Top had fruit included, and it was a building challenge, which Joey and I are amazing at. When it comes to building anything, that's Joey and I's forte. We do cosplay, so we're like the building masters. Bob the Builder ain't got nothing on us. We get to Fruity Top and we meet up with John and Jessica. They're already working on their offering, so Joey and I know that we need to get down to business before any of the other teams show up. And I actually don't remember talking or anything else that was happening while we were doing this because I was so focused. Joey and I didn't have any conversations. We just kind of like attacked our offering and made it look amazing. Seriously, I don't think Bali has ever seen such a beautiful offering. So we take our offering to the temple, and it was something out of like Samsara or Baraka. It was crazy. There was like girls dancing around, and the priest was blessing us, and it was so freaking cool. I remember sitting there with Joey, and as it was happening, I was just thinking like, wow, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. and I'm so glad I'm experiencing it. But I can only take in so much because we needed to get to our next challenge. The clue told us we needed to go to a beach, and so Joey and I hop in our taxi and we tell the taxi cab driver, we're like, hey, we need to go to this beach, do you know where it is? And he's like, yeah, totally, but he said it in another language, so I think that's what he said, I'm not for sure. We finally get to the beach and he's like, hey, it's right across the street, and we're like, oh sweet, the taxi guy wouldn't lie to us, he knows where we're going and he lives here, so why would he lie to us? I think we smelled pretty bad and he just wanted us out of his car. We go down this like never-ending staircase to this beach, and as we're going down it, I'm thinking in my head, man, I really hope this is the right beach, because if it isn't, we're gonna have to walk all the way up these stairs and it's gonna suck so bad. We get to the beach and there is red and yellow everywhere. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a clue. There's a clue. No wait, that's not it. And we're looking everywhere trying to find out if there's a clue box somewhere. I finally asked someone, I'm like, do you know what beach this is? And the person tells me it's the wrong beach. And I don't remember this happening either, but Joey came up to me and he's like, Megan, I feel scared. And when I watched that on Sunday, I was laughing so hard. Oh, poor Joey. He was really scared, guys. At that moment, I'm like, oh, dang it. We have to go up those stairs and hopefully we can find another taxi cab driver, because if we can't, we have to run 2 kilometers towards the beach. And there goes our lead on all the other teams. So we get to the top and there are no taxis. So we only have one option, and that is to run to the beach. It was so hot in Bali. There was like sweat dripping down my face and we were running for a pretty long time, and we were like going up hills, cars were driving past us and honking at us. People were even offering to give us rides, but we couldn't. And I actually think Chuck and Winona passed us. I think I saw Chuck's mullet, I'm not for sure. I was kind of like, I was out. That was kind of a crappy feeling because we had such an awesome lead and teams were passing us. We finally get to the clue box and it has something to do with surfing, so Joey decides to do it. And I was so grateful that he did because I was ready to pass out. I think he knew that, so that's where our teamwork really came in handy. So if there was a time record for like the best time going to the surfboards and coming back to the mat, I think Joey would have gotten it. Seriously, I felt like he did that in 2 minutes, no joke. It only took Joey 2 tries to find the right surfboard, and when we checked in at the mat, we were in 5th place. Woohoo! Yeah! And that's when Joey and I knew we were going to be on another episode of The Amazing Race, which was an awesome feeling. But this episode ends kind of sad. 1/3 of our alliance is eliminated. John and Jessica got eliminated. We had bonded so much with them at the New Zealand airport. I felt like we were best friends. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be so great. Then we have the Derby moms. We're just like an awesome alliance family. We're just gonna totally make it to the #1 spot. We're gonna be the final 3. I just had it in my head and it just felt like such a real feeling. And to find out that they got eliminated? What the heck, guys? I miss my friends. Oh, we're here! Guys, use the
we're not gonna leave you hanging.
You guys use the Friendship Express Pass. So, special guest, John and Jessica.
What up?
Yay!
We're here, we're live.
You guys hate kale.
We hate kale. She just said, you guys hate kale. Is that what you said?
You guys can finally be in my recap video. This is so awesome.
I'm so happy.
But it's like
finally an upside.
But it's
to getting
bittersweet.
eliminated.
Guys, I was so bummed. Like we saw you guys at the Fruity Top. I thought that you guys were gonna like
It was all
be
downhill
there
from there.
already. I thought for sure you guys checked in already, and I was like, oh wait. When I was doing the math in my head, I was like, Joey and I checked in first out of like the last flights. John and Jessica must be coming. They have to be. And you never came.
We went to the other Detour. Remember we yelled at you and said, Joey and Megan, we're going to the other Detour, and you just looked at us
We
like,
saw them right after we gave our offering, and they were getting in their car and they were switching, and Joey and I were like, is that a smart move? But we were thinking in our head, after we found out they had gotten eliminated, we're like, man, we should have yelled to them to like use the express pass.
They should have built our food offering, really. Good friends would have came over and built our food offering.
Right,
Yeah, I was trying to give you guys
You
tips.
were the ones that had the skills.
So
right?
wait, I was trying to give you guys tips, and John's like, don't look at theirs. We have a great example behind us.
What happened was
I don't think I did anything right on this episode.
I was so Joey and Megan literally built the best fruit offering that has ever been built in the history of fruit offerings.
That's a
and
fact.
it was literally glowing. It was like oh, when they built it, and so I couldn't stop staring at it. My eyes were just glued to their fruit offering, like must build Joey and Megan's fruit offering. It was so beautiful, and I just couldn't. We built and built and built, and these little ladies came up and they kept saying nope, 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 and we never knew what was wrong with it.
You guys got paranoid too. You thought like, oh, we must have built it wrong, so you took everything apart. And that centerpiece was a sugar cane, right? So the more holes you punch in it, the mushier it gets.
Ours wasn't even a sugar cane.
I think we had a piece of celery or something.
Yeah.
I swear to God, that's
A celery stick? I don't think that
John
happened.
was munching on it at the end. He's like, oh, we're not supposed to eat
He's
this.
like, let's take this, put it in our bag. But the other thing was you were super sick. Remember in the airport we were bonding and having a really great time, but you had gotten super sick right before we boarded our flight. Like you were throwing up in the bathroom.
Yeah, they almost didn't let me on the plane. They this close to not letting me on because I looked so
It
ill.
was really sad.
And
She
I was
like,
like, I'm getting on that plane. And then Megan and Joey bought me a nice Gatorade. They were such good friends.
yeah, because she needed her electrolytes, you know?
Yeah.
So that whole day you were just kind of feeling like crap a little bit.
Yeah.
You were trying to be there, but you went and built an offering in someone else's house.
Yeah.
John, you weren't sick, so I don't know what happened there.
Right, I know, exactly.
You guys put
I
a
don't know,
little candy mint on it too. Look, this house has to be.
I swear, I thought that mint was like the key. I'm like, it's the essence of it, Jess. Don't you get it?
It's hard because when you don't know what every other team is and you don't really know where the real challenge is. And so the taxi driver was like, this is the address, this is right.
And it
like,
was.
Same
It
thing.
had a number 2.
Yeah,
it was in the right
address,
neighborhood.
And there was red and yellow everywhere. And then we walk in and the little guy was like so inviting. He's like, yes, come build this offering in my house.
Come hang out.
And so we just went in and we did our thing and it was good.
Well, it was the funniest thing too, because the clue said like there'll be multiple stations there
And there are multiple,
with
yeah.
examples, and we're like, well, I'll be darned. There's
like
all
a-
sorts of little stations here.
It was a
in
little
like
Pop-Tart offering doll.
we had to
Yeah,
build
but there was like 6 examples,
you
so
didn't
we're like,
see
oh,
building-
you know, their teams
we had
have
to
been here.
weave together the base, that little thing. We had to weave together that like
Really?
silly base. It was a little bit more complicated than
Oh, I thought it was just like 1, 2, 3, and like you just stacked them on top of each
I mean, it
other.
was a little like that, like mostly like that, but we had to build a base.
You guys finish Sandy Bottom, and you get to the beach, and like the only people that are there are Chuck and Winona.
We get to the beach and
That should have been your sign.
I know, Megan. Okay.
We taught you better than that.
I know.
Sad.
We're so, but listen, we got to the beach and we look in the clue box and there's another clue in there, which I guess happens, but we were just so inspired. We thought the Derby girls were behind us and we were like, yes, the Derby girls are behind us, but we love the Derby girls.
That's our alliance.
I know, we love the Derby girls. So we're like, well, yes, we can work with them if they're still here. And then we read the clue and it says, who wants to get tubular? And all of our thought process just got thrown away.
Surfing, I know, you
we're
got
like,
so excited.
we're
You're like,
screaming.
yes,
We're like,
I know.
we're just picturing everybody else in the water.
Because
like,
you guys surf a
struggling.
bunch.
We were thinking that they might have like longboards out there or something where you gotta like ride a longboard for like 10
So we would've
seconds or
been
something
saying
like that.
You know.
And so we're like, oh, this is like right up our alley. We're stoked, you know? And it's like, no, it's really just about finding a sticker.
Just find a
We're like,
sticker.
what?
Dude, that was so sad. Like, you got there so late. And like, it was already getting dark.
He put his headlamp on.
And choking. Yeah, you put your headlamp on.
It was
I like
daytime.
that you finished it though. Like, I think you guys already knew what was happening. And
Yeah.
I like the fact that you finished it.
Yeah, no, I mean, at that point, like, so Chuck was there, but I was like, oh, sweet, like, we're still in the mix, you know what I mean? It's like, not only are we not last place, this is what we were thinking at the time, we're, like, still competing against other people, you know? So we're like, so the whole thought of, like, using the express pass kind of is like, oh, I don't think we're going to need to, but if the Derby girls show up, well, then we're going to use it right away.
Yeah.
Because Chuck and Winona actually got to the fruit offering before the hockey players, so we were like, maybe the hockey players are still behind us, maybe the Derby girls, or maybe Dave and Connor.
We were certain somebody was, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, clearly.
Nobody was behind
Right,
us.
exactly, and then, like,
We were
crickets started
alone.
chirping, and I'm like, what? We're here by ourselves.
So watching you guys on the mat was so sad. Your face the whole time. John's just like, what did you say when Phil said you were in last place?
Nothing we can do about that.
You
So
were
exhausted at the time.
But you were so quick to respond. He's like, you guys have been eliminated from the race. And John's just like, all right, okay, well that's definitely disappointing to hear. And then Jessica's just like lip quivering
I
and
know,
everything.
I'm like, oh, I don't even
But
know.
you're just like, your brain was working as a computer and you were answering everything that Phil was saying to you. And Jessica's just like,
I didn't say one thing the whole
she's
time.
like, where's the cameras? Is this a prank? Ashton, where are you?
Right,
Guys,
exactly,
guys.
Exactly.
Because you guys did so
I had
well.
one little ounce of hope when he said, John and Jessica, you were the last team to arrive. And then I was like, okay, not a limb,
Non-elimination.
it has to be a non-limb.
Say the word however.
He never
Just
said
say
it.
it.
And then I got me out.
Then
And
you
then
never
all I said was, he asked me why I was sad, and I said, I'm just so sad because I've made such good friends, Joey and Megan.
That's the only thing I said. But your face the whole time.
Yeah.
What did you resemble?
So I looked, if you've
You
ever
look like
seen
Puss in Boots.
you know, when the eyes get really big, if you watch our video of our mat time, John is just talking away. Like, John is just like on a podium chatting.
Mouth.
And I'm just going,
The whole
I thought
time.
maybe if I gave him those eyes, he'd be considered like, oh, you can come back. But he didn't.
Joey and I loved you guys from the very beginning. We knew we wanted to be
But
friends
you want to
with you
look at the
guys.
hockey players before us, remember?
Well, they
Like,
were like
Were we
ogres.
second
Yeah,
back?
they were like, we want to work at the hockey players, but
Well, I wasn't for sure. You guys like had that express pass. I didn't know who you were gonna give it to, and then
we had a little drama with it.
a little drama, and I was just like, oh, I don't want them to think that we want to be friends with them just because we want the express pass. We actually genuinely liked you guys. You guys were the second youngest team outside of Joey and I,
Yeah.
so I felt like we connected even before we had even spoke. Guys, this is so sad. So we have to continue the race without you guys.
I know.
But
we'll be cheering you on.
we are
That's
your
good.
number one fans. So
Okay.
we just want you to continue on. They're going to kick butt. They're
Right.
You believe in us?
I believe
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know,
Guys, see you later. Forever.
guess you guys.
We'll have to come back from time to time. Help commentate.
Are you going to
From
still
time
like
to time.
us now that we're like out of it?
Eliminated?
Yeah, are you going to talk to
Well,
us?
can you give me the express pass?
Yeah, here it is.
Don't give it to me.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
Already
only
been
reason.
given to
That's
me.
the only reason they like us.
John's being so strategic already over here. He's like,
Give me that back.
John's like,
Give me that back. I never wanted to see it go.
All right, you guys can leave now. Joey, we got it. We tricked him.
I'd give you two if I had it.
Oh, did you hear that? You'd give me two if you had it.
Oh, that's
I like
sweet,
her.
Jess.
Who's the best? I couldn't leave you hanging. I'm sorry. Well, that is it for my recap. Do you guys want to say anything to the world? Other than that, you know, you guys are like my favorite people. Seriously.
We are?
Mm-hmm.
On Earth?
Whoa,
More
Jess,
than-
you're just like taking it to the next level right there. I was just like,
I think I'm like in a vulnerable state, and Megan's trying to make me feel better about my life.
she's doing a pretty good job.
She is. I'm like, I'm Megan's favorite person ever.
It's in your Facebook
You can
about
sleep
me.
well tonight.
It says like Megan's favorite person ever. It's like in the quotes.
Yep. I'm like, about me, it's like Megan's favorite person. That's my role
It's your
in
claim
life.
to fame now.
My new role in life. I'm off of Amazing Race. Now I'm Megan's favorite person.
On to bigger and better things.
Right, exactly.
Okay, Megan, can I say it? Can I say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, birdies. It's not morning. Never morning.
It's never morning. She really wanted to do that.
Megan, like, you need to start waking up at like 5 a.m. so you can just do that. Like, it's morning.
I know, prove everyone wrong. People's like minds would explode. Wait, sing the outro.
Love this in the sun.
Yeah.
I don't have a good voice though. Like, you guys are all singers. You guys are like professional musicians.
Yeah.
Can we sing it together?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, everyone has to sing it.
Shows me what it means to live my life and follow my dreams. I'm scared. Wait, let's sing it like more exciting, right?
Okay, everyone has to sing it. Everyone has to sing it.
Okay.
Again. 1, 2, 3.
3, 4.
Life for me shows me what it means to live my life and follow my dreams. So don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Can't believe that just happened. Great energy chews, and I took 2 of them before we landed, and I'm like, these will give me the power. What are you doing in my house?
I don't know.
We're not filming a music
Ended up here.
video.
I don't know.
3, be nice. Tell him
Oh my
no.
gosh, she's going crazy.
'Cause he'll
He's at face level, Jess. Watch out. It's dangerous.